has felt and tasted the bitter taste of betrayal. Not just once, not even twice, but thrice has she been betrayed. And that kind of betrayal exists beyond life. So it's been a while since she bit the bullet, so to speak. And that betrayal has transformed her into a vengeful ghost. She is not Casper. She is not your neighborhood friendly spirit. She will gladly take your life, and it won't be enough. So she has now come back to the realm to seek vengeance on everyone who's responsible for her pain, which just happens to be everyone who's currently alive, including you. So you should be scared. You should be scared because she's coming for you.
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Is her bird a ghost?
It is a ghost bird. Yes.
I see.
Which is,
but yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at her turnaround and see her in game. There she is.
There she is.
Now, I love everything that we do. I think our teams are some of the most talented teams I've ever worked with. But I will admit I've been so excited working on Kasumi, both from design side, but also from just what everyone has come together to do with this champion. I think her flavor is amazing. She's got this kind of spooky, scary vibe. I think the art team's absolutely killed it. I think she looks fantastic. I even am super, super glad that I was able to help convince Art to give like the weapons and ability concepts a try, and I think it turned out really well. So I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on her, or try to. She's pretty ethereal.
She looks fantastic in game. I love the how you guys darkened her face and just the glowing eyes. And we can take a listen to some of her voice lines right now.
I'm going to catch you.
You should know better than anyone the taste of life beyond death.
And for a ghost, she has a matching spooky voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shout out to Thomas, who, as usual, has done excellent work with the voice and all the audio for the abilities.
And I'm sure everyone's curious on how she uses a voodoo doll to attack people. So let's go ahead and take a look at her in game.
Yes. So I'm gonna. Oh yes, I love.
That's such a good.
I love that emote. It's so good. So I'm gonna break it all down for you. So she's still work in progress. Yeah, I'm gonna break it down. Oh wait, no, that's the night mode.
Wait.
So still work in progress. So we might see a couple things not in final form in this current dev build, but let's break it down. So Kasumi, damage champion, her in-hand ability is Yokai Doll. Oh, excellent. Our ability 1 actually works as well. Her ability is Yokai Doll. If you notice in the bottom of the screen, you could not fire this ability or your offhand until you had a target in sight. You see them kind of X'd out there. So the Yokai Doll, you inflict a stab on your doll, and your enemy takes damage. Now, don't get too scared yet, right? So you do notice this is not hit scanner projectile. This is if you have a target and it is a valid target, it will connect. Now, there's some things to mitigate. Some people are already saying like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe you've done this." There's some things to mitigate that, right? So she does have a passive, right? Okay. So what you see on the icon there, it doesn't go through shields. Fernando's holding strong. You see next to the Fernando that Stabby Tambo did hit the icon, and those icons are her curse stacks. Her passive is curse. So every time she hits a valid enemy with her in hand, or a couple other abilities also apply these curse stacks, it increases the damage that she does to that champion, and that champion actually deals percentage decreased outgoing damage. So this is a damage nerf based on the number of stacks that Kasumi has applied to her enemy. Numbers change, so I don't want to throw out like a hard and fast number. Like this is the be all and end all, but right now it's 2% per stack, up to 10% damage reduction for the enemy. Now, there's a little bit of, I'm going to really quickly run through this, and I'll also try to provide an example at a later time with actual numbers, but there's a bit of a stack management thing. The idea here is Kasumi is haunting a specific individual, right? So we're not really aiming for too much AoE. There will be a little bit of AoE on the ultimate, but the stack management is every time that she attacks an enemy with her in hand, she applies 1 stack at base. If any other individual has at least 1 stack when she attacks another individual, everyone else who has at least 1 stack will have up to 2 stacks removed from them, stripped from them, to increase the amount that she adds by 1, only ever by 1. So if Fernando over there has 2 stacks and Tambo hits another Fernando, the first Fernando will have 2 stacks stripped from them and have 1 stack applied to the new Fernando. So Fernando there has 4. Now first Fernando has 2, and second Fernando has 2, and then first Fernando has 0, etc. But I'll explain that a little bit more either on Twitter or by other means as well. A little bit complicated. So that's her in hand. Her offhand, using the same targeting system, right, is essentially a bigger stab on cooldown with a little bit of extra utility. So the right click deals damage and deals increased damage based on the number of stacks of curse on the enemy. And then if it is used on an enemy with maximum curse stacks, which right now is 5, it will also disarm the enemy for a short duration. That's right. Disarm in this case, for those who are not familiar with that type of crowd control, is the inability to fire your main weapon. So it's essentially, it's a big old stab on a larger cooldown. Alrighty, and then into the other meat and potatoes of Kasumi's kit, which I think is, again, really, really cool. And thematic, especially. I really am happy with how this turned out. Her ability 1, she can place up to 3 spirit lures in the world. Now these will be difficult to see, always visible to her and her allies, but not for enemies, and will fade into existence if enemies get close to it. And bonus, illuminate will also help you see these traps. So extra value for illuminate. If an enemy triggers a trap, you can reactivate your ability to teleport to the most recently triggered trap and apply some curse stacks, some damage, and fear them. Now it looks like we tried to teleport right as the trap was ending. There is a duration after the trigger, after which you can no longer use the trap. It goes away. So you will have an indication saying, hey, this trap has been triggered. And when you do reactivate it, you teleport, dealing damage, adding curse stacks, and fearing your enemy. Now you can use this defensively or offensively. You can lay traps around the world. Really, really cool. Kind of that peekaboo, I got you, I'm here, I'm a ghost, you're scared, quite literally vibe. So I'm going to really love to see what people can do with this ability. And then her second ability is a bit of a ghostly projection. So, and then, just to clarify, when using the trap ability, the cooldown is very, very low on placing the traps. Once you activate it and you teleport to the trap, it goes on a longer cooldown, during which you can't place traps or reactivate it. And the poor Cassie's just going to keep running for the rest of her life.
Yeah, forever. She's gone.
Forever. Never escaped.
Cassie.
Once feared, always feared. So, second ability. Oh, goodbye, Cassie. Second ability, you leave behind part of yourself and travel forward with increased movement speed while ethereal. Now, something to note is you, the camera, are ethereal. Your body, as you saw there, your body remains behind. And your body can still take damage. Your body has damage reduction, so you take less damage, but your body can still take damage from all sources. If your body dies while you're traveling, you will die. Now, this ability can be reactivated early to teleport back to your body before the duration is over. It's a relatively short duration, but that does give you that control should you want it. Or if you keep going, at the end of the duration, your body will teleport to where you are. Poor Kasumi. Now again,
don't worry, she's fine.
Oh yeah, she's fine. She's already dead. She'll just come back to relife again. Now again, same way with trap. This can be used in a variety of different ways, right? You can provide clutch damage resistance, and then teleport right back to your body. You can use this to pursue your enemy. Hey, I'm coming to get you. I'm chasing you down because of that increased movement speed. There are multiple cards that affect obviously how this ability works, so you can increase the duration, that kind of thing. So this kind of cool tech, cool utility, and what we aim for, right, is to unique and flavorful experiences for players. So this is a different take on ethereal, different take on a movement ability, and that's pretty cool. Now moving on to her ultimate. So her ultimate uses the same targeting system as her in-hand and her offhand, and she, in the same vein of betrayal, she is marking an enemy as a betrayer and essentially turning them into a living or unliving bomb. After a duration, that target will shoot out projectiles in a circle around them in a plane, horizontal plane parallel to the ground. And that target and any targets hit by the projectile will take damage over time and be inflicted by maximum curse stacks. Now, those stacks will fall off very quickly because of the stack management system if you hit enemies with in-hands, but for that brief duration, they will be fully afflicted. So let's go ahead and see that in action. We got to lower the shield first. So she sends out a series of projectiles. If you are above or below, it'll be relatively easy to dodge. Anyone hit by this projectile has maximum curse stacks applied and takes damage over time from those projectiles. You can only get hit once, so it's not going to be like a shotgun hit 5 times at close range. And but that is in the same flavor of betrayal. So you want to use this. You can use this to burst down individuals, but you can also use this on a point fight to do a little bit of zoning or require the enemy to dodge nimbly.
There he goes. He's going home. Bye, Fernando.
Now, as we know, things are still work in progress, and numbers are never final. So keep an eye out for PTS and patch notes as far as initial numbers and all that good stuff, and give your feedback. But that is super, super exciting. That's the base kit, and we can even quickly talk about talents if we want. Her first default talent is Empowered Curse. And thank you, Stabby Tambo, for bringing those up real quick. Empowered Curse increases your attack speed by 5% and your movement speed by 5% per stack of curse currently on enemies. So if you ult and you hit 5 people with your ultimate for a very short amount of time, you'll be super speedy and attack super quickly. Like I said, your stacks will fall off as you in-hand. And that's your default talent. Your second talent, Spirit Bombs. So Spirit Lures become timed mines, can no longer be reactivated, but they explode a short duration after being triggered. And triggered is different than activated, by the way. So triggered just means somebody has stepped on the trap. So now they are essentially just timed mines at range, but you lose the ability to teleport. And then her last talent, Unfinished Business, extends the duration of your body and soul, which is your movement ability. And then after the ability ends, heal for 70% of the damage your body took while traveling, unaffected by Cauterize. So if you know you're about to take a huge amount of damage, you can pop your body and soul and then heal most of it back up, uncauted, or anti-healed at the end of this ability. And that, I believe, is the overview of her base kit and talents. So I'm super excited for you to get your hands on her. I really had a fantastic time working on her. I think everyone did a fantastic job. Super flavorful, super exciting, and I can't wait to hear feedback.
She's super unique. I personally haven't seen a character like this before in any shooter. She has a lot of outplay potential, which I think is sick. But yeah, we can go ahead and go into her other skins that she will have coming with the update. So with her first one, we have Spirited Kasumi skin before, she became
Her
an evil ghost.
untimely
Yeah. Now
demise.
she's just an evil girl with a doll.
She looks almost
Spirited
angrier,
indeed.
honestly, being alive.
She wants to go back to sleep.
I'm really digging the bandages, and I think we did a fantastic job on the visual update on the doll as well. You have kind of a different pattern on that mask.
I love the colors again with like that seafoam green and the orange.
Yep. I think the contrast between this skin and her base skin, which is a lot darker, is really nice. Kind of really showing like, oh, she's alive now.
And we also have another recolor available for direct purchase, and it will be the Evil Spirit Kasumi skin. Or we have her with a more darker color palette than her base.
I'm really enjoying the skin. I like this one.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I like the paleness, the whiteness of her skin. She like feels like truly like an ethereal ghost that you could almost like step right through her.
Her design in general is just so good. And then we also have her golden skin for anyone who decides to master her and get her to master rank 50. And I'm always a fan of these golden skins because gold and black looks good on everybody.
Mm.
I just
It's a
realized
winning
the doll's
combination.
face is gold.
Mm-hmm.
There's something creepy and hilarious that her normal fire is just her stabbing the doll in anger.
It actually,
But
I think, worked out really, really well. We were a little bit concerned about, having a doll being stabbed as a weapon, right? But I think it actually
Mhm.
turned out really well, being able to see, the impact, this like angry stab of the doll, and the impact and the VFX reflection on the target. Really flavorful.
Yeah, I was
Mm-hmm.
able to see the concept go into like and the execution of it, and I think you guys did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it was
But
cool to see
that
the team be so excited by a champion. Like there's so many little Easter eggs that you'll find while you play her that the team added in to make her more spooky. I'm not going to give it away. But yeah, so be